All right, everybody, welcome again. I hope you enjoyed our last episode we just did with Sanella O. Catch it again if you missed it, but she was wonderful. We just had the show. She's awesome. And today we have another wonderful guest. We have Jacob he does the podcast as well. Don't give up with Jacob. Let me go ahead and show you a clip. He was on my Zoom Party show which was an amazing event that we taped. I forgot when we taped, but it was this year. Let me go and show you. He did an amazing job, and I think he was the winner. Let me show you how that event went. Okay, next. Okay. A robust organ responsible for circulating blood throughout the body. It has 4 chambers. 30 seconds. Type your answer.
I'm sick of eating the same 4 meals. Factor showed me how delicious and easy dinner can be. I've been making dinner.
Jacob already put his answer in there.
I have my answer on my Post-it.
Oh, you have it? Bihan, quickly, write your answer. Okay, he put his answer.
Yeah, he put it in there.
Okay. 30 seconds is too long, I guess. But I should make it next time. Make it like 15 seconds or something. But the music is nice. All right. Everybody got it right? All right, but let's do something interesting.
Yeah, I got it right too.
You got it right too? Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, what's the answer, Raquel?
Heart.
All right.
My necklace has a heart. My tattoo has a heart.
Okay, there he is. He was on Zuberdy. And then let me go ahead and show you his show. Don't Give Up with Jacob. Very intellectual guy. Very smart guy. He does a lot of things. And we'll bring him on shortly. Just want to show you one more clip real quick while we bring him on. You know what? Let's bring him on and then we'll show the clip. Let's make it up. Let's bring him on the stage. Jacob, welcome to the program. How are you today again? Nice to see you after Zoom.
Nice to see you.
It's been a while. How you been since we taped the show?
Awesome.
Amazing to have you here. Thank you for being here. And let me show everybody a clip of your show. I believe this is talking about the important lesson to walk away, but we're just going to talk about a little bit of a clip of it in the beginning. And then we'll get into the program itself here. Okay? All right.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Don't Give Up with Jacob. Today, I'm going to share with you a great lesson learning experience. So, my school was having a field day, and there was this young boy who wanted to hang out with me. We went to play on the kids' playground. However, the playground had tight spaces, and I was worried about getting stuck. And this young boy wanted to climb up with me to the rock climbing wall. I didn't really feel comfortable with climbing up with this.
There we go. Awesome. Didn't want to go too long, but good job on that. I love it. There is his show. Very talented young man. Tell us a little bit about that clip before we get to the questions there. Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah.
So basically, this video was all about a tragedy that I had on field day where this young boy wanted me to play with him on the children's playground. However, the playground had very tight spaces and I was worried about getting stuck. But then all of a sudden, out of completely nowhere, this young boy grabs me by my arms and legs and yells, "Squeeze!" And I didn't really feel comfortable with that. So I kept telling him to stop, but he kept forcing me to climb up to the rock climbing wall on the kids' playground, even though I was worried about getting stuck. So I learned that if I don't feel comfortable with doing something, I shouldn't do it at all. But if someone forces me to do something I don't feel comfortable with, I have to walk away and immediately tell an adult, because adults are very trustworthy people to talk to, especially in situations like this. And I should also stick to more closer friends who know me better, because friends are awesome people to hang out with. and actually understand you. So that was a really great lesson learning experience, and I thought I'd make a video on it to share with millions and billions of people.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, we're gonna get into more of that, what you do at the end, but this is a fun show, getting to know people on a small level, and then we'll get into the Zooperty as well. How was that experience, Brad? How was your show experience on Zooperty? Did you enjoy it? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, that was awesome. I had a lot of fun with Vihan and Rachel. That was awesome.
Amazing. And Raquel to be there, that's amazing. You were on our show before, and get into that. Okay. So on your profile that we connected to Raquel, and then she also introduced me to be on the show for Zooperty as well. And on your profile, it's amazing. You're a author, you're an artist, you're an illustrator, you're a neurodivergent, and also advocate, and all these things that here, all these I can't even pronounce it. So you have so many things there. It's amazing. I have like a couple of things on mine. We're gonna get into that, but that's awesome there. Don't give up with Jacob as well. That's yours is at the end. We're gonna talk about that later, but we're gonna concern about is more about fun. This is more of a fun kind of program, and so let's get to the first one here. Okay, soda pop, fresh orange juice, fresh carrot juice, or fresh apple juice. Which of these do you prefer? This is the fun show, remember.
All right, so I would definitely go with everything else except for fresh carrot juice because that honestly sounds a little weird. But if I had to choose only one, then I think I'd go with soda pop because I honestly have a bit of a sweet tooth. I like lots of sweet things, including chocolate cake, chocolate cupcakes. I'm a big chocolate guy as well. So yeah, I definitely have a sweet tooth. So I'm going with soda pop for this one.
Amazing. So interestingly, you said the fresh carrot juice, which is awesome. And I always drink that maybe twice a week or more. And so we have a juicer. And so at home, we drink that. And it's very healthy and nutritious. But looking at all of these, 3 of the 4 are very tasty to me. And I would love to have them all the time. You know, I'm a fresh person. I love fresh food, especially fresh apple juice, fresh orange juice. Soda pop, not as much, but if you're for that, I'm for that too. Once in a while. So that's amazing. I'll say awesome. There we go. That's a good one. Let's get to the next question. Okay. If I had $35, how would I spend it? How would Jacob spend it?
All right. So if I had $35, then there would be lots of things that I'd spend my money on, including probably oil pastels and maybe some new like skin colored markers since I draw a lot of people. But if I really thought hard about what I'd do with $35, I think I'd probably get something really, really cool, like maybe some new art supplies, like I said, oil pastels or skin-colored markers, and they're just really interesting because I love making art and using all types of different materials, such as oil pastels, markers, pencils. So yeah, that's what I'd do if I had $35. And I'd also spend it on Funko Pops because I think Funko Pops are also really cool. I have a couple of them and they might be worth something someday. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. A couple of things that I like, but the art part of it, right? So you're an illustrator. So what type of art do you like to draw? Like you like to draw, is it animation or what do you draw? Where did that come from?
Well, I usually like to draw many things such as cartoon characters, cartoon superheroes. Yeah, I have a couple of superhero books in the works especially, and I like to draw many different types of abstract drawings using certain types of shapes. And yeah, I also like using super duper bright colors because everything just looks better in color, and especially bright colors, not just some like dull colors, because then it wouldn't really be eye-catching enough. And I want my books and my art to be super eye-catching, so I use bright colors because most kids love bright colors, and that's what makes most children's books and TV shows and just anything children related, even toys, stand out, and that's what makes kids go crazy over them.
Amazing. Who's your favorite superhero or cartoon that you've ever watched and you want to emulate and draw? I mean,
all right, so there have been many, numerous cartoons that I'm just absolutely addicted to. Like, I just can't get enough of them. And those include cartoons such as Sonic X and also many other Sonic series, like from the 90s, including Sonic Underground. And I also like watching 2000s Cartoon Network shows which is known as Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that before, but it's very music related and almost like an anime. And I am just addicted to those types of cartoons. Like, they're just so absolutely awesome. I just can't get enough of them. And I watch them almost every single day. And yeah, that's one of my hobbies, if I have to be honest.
amazing. That's awesome. Yes, that's a good hobby. I mean, we have to have our own passions and all that. And so that's amazing what you do. That's awesome. Happy to have you here. Let's go to the next one. Okay. As a teen, what is something you really enjoy? And you kind of explained it a bit. Was coincident that this is the question or not a coincidence? And what is something else? So you're a drawer, you like animation. What is something you really enjoy? You had a day to yourself. What would you do?
All right, so I've already explained how much I love writing books and drawing cool illustrations with many markers, pencils, and oil pastels. I like drawing cartoon characters and superheroes, but I also really love music. Like, music is just absolutely something else. It's really soothing. It makes me feel many different emotions, like happy or sad, or helps me through times where I'm like angry, upset, frustrated, or even bored or overwhelmed. Like, it really helps me through tough times, and it helps me keep on moving forward and fighting like a superhero. And sometimes music just makes me feel very happy to the point where I just get a lot of energy and start running and jumping around. And yeah, it's
That's
just
amazing.
absolutely awesome. I love
Music
music.
is amazing. Music is amazing. More of the sound of the music, or more of instruments, or more of singing. What's your type?
I like music with awesome singing and also rock music, as well as a lot of pop music that uses a lot of instruments such as drums or maybe pianos, and especially guitars. I love guitars. They're just absolutely awesome. I especially know all certain types of guitars, especially guitars from brands like Fender, Ibanez, and also Gibson as well. And I've always wanted to get my own guitar someday, but unfortunately, the problem is they're worth millions of dollars, and I don't have that kind of money just yet. But still, if I see a guitar selling for a cheaper price, I'd absolutely do anything for it. Just absolutely anything for an actual guitar. Like, they are just absolutely awesome. I love the shapes, I love the colors, and they just sound awesome in certain songs, and that's what really makes music stand out to me, and that's why music is such a special thing in my life.
Amazing. That's awesome. I want to say hello to Rita. She commented on it, not in the actual stream, but on the post. Rita Wards is awesome. I'll just put it in here. There we go. Okay, let me put it there. Okay. I'll just put this. Okay. So Rita's post, she said, yes, you are. I'm a rock star. She told me. And also, Jacob is a rock star as well. Thank you for commenting. Comment on the actual video itself, and that would be great there. Awesome. All right, let me go ahead and continue with the next one. Good job, Jacob. This one. Okay. We have a scenario: a lake to fish, snow skiing, learning a language, or reading a book. Which of these four would Jacob like to do the most?
All right. So if I have to be completely honest, I would do absolutely any of these things. Well, probably except a lake to fish, because I have gone fishing with my brother Josh before, but it's not really my thing.
Mhm.
And as for snow skiing, I'd love to learn how to snow ski someday because I love the snow, especially when I was much younger, and where I used to live snowed a lot. Yeah, like seriously. It was absolutely freezing, and there was so much snow you couldn't even drive your car. But sadly, I now live in a place that's always very sunny and rainy, and sure, it is a little bit annoying, but unfortunately, I just have to deal with it. Except I wish I could go back to where I originally lived someday, because I just absolutely miss the cold weather. But if I had to choose between learning a language or reading a book, it's very hard to tell, but I think I'd go with learning a language because I just love being bilingual, and I just want to travel the world someday and know all these languages like Spanish and Filipino, Italian, Hungarian, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Portuguese, you name it. So, yeah, I think I'm going with learning a language for this one.
Amazing. Wow, you named a lot of languages there. That's amazing. And then you talked about you love the snow, you love that, and that's awesome. That's awesome. Wow. But what one language? You named a lot. Can you give me one language you would learn? Or I mean, taking a language can take time. Just pick one.
All right, so I'd love to learn numerous languages like I just listed, but if I only had to choose one right now, I think I'd probably go with maybe French or maybe Chinese or maybe Italian.
Amazing.
So,
Actually,
yeah,
that's
one of
what I would choose too. I would choose that as well because I learned the language. Amazing. There's a LinkedIn user here. Go Jacob, but I think it's Brian. He's there. Who's that?
I'm not exactly sure who it is, but might have probably been my father named Brian.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, it does show here his last name. So good to have him here. And then we also have Ariel as well.
Yeah, that's my mother.
That's your mom. All right. So your parents are watching. That's amazing. Appreciate them being here. For some reason, your dad's name is coming in as LinkedIn user, but on the LinkedIn is showing there. So he definitely loves the diversity. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Let's continue here to the next one here. Okay. You are an accomplished and published artist. What made you get into that? I think we kind of talked about that. So is there anything else?
All right. So I've already stated how much I love art. Like, I just can't get enough to it. I'm actually addicted to art so much. Like I said, I just can't get enough of it. But what really made me get into drawing was I have always loved art since I was first in a high chair. I absolutely just always loved drawing with absolutely anything and always making art with no matter what it was, crayons or maybe painting, maybe markers, even using stickers or paper mache or just absolutely anything, even felt. I have always loved art since day one of my life.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm an art person too. Like I remember in high school, I would draw different animals, a lemur, And so art runs in the family. That's amazing. And then you're doing that comic book too that you said. We'll talk about that in your projects later on. Perfect. Awesome. Good job, Jacob. Okay. Now, here is a question I ask everybody. You are number 56, and we had the show before, but it was on voice only. So think about, what would you create, a project or concept to benefit humanity? What would it be, Jacob? I've had 55 different guests. They all are different. They all have different ideas. What would you create? Something we haven't seen before, or maybe we've seen an improvement.
All right, so if there would be something I would create or concept, I think I'd create lots of different merch, like maybe something you'd see in Walmart, like maybe certain types of toys that you see in Walmart of my future characters that I someday wish to create. I just love children, and I think children would love playing with all certain types of toys, like those toys that are actually like animatronics, and they'd probably play their guitar and sing a song. And also, maybe I'd make some of my toys have an actual propeller. Like maybe if I were to create some toys out of my superhero characters, I'd actually add like something to them, like maybe a propeller to make them actually fly like superheroes, and make
cool.
their arms and legs move so it looks like they're fighting. And yeah, that sounds really interesting to me, and I'd love to make kids happy with what I invent in the future.
That's awesome. I've never had that before. That's definitely an amazing and unique thing. You create toys to make kids happy, and that's needed. Happiness is something that's very important, right? We need that in the world with things going on. And so if one person, whoever it is, with a smile or with even a toy to remember you by, you've done millions there. You've done a lot, right? So one smile helps a lot of people. So that's amazing. That's a toy for that. That's how we'll never forget that. That's amazing. Maybe on the 100th episode, we'll bring you back and we'll do something special. So looking forward to that. So that's amazing. Now, the last segment here, we have about 6 minutes for the show. It's about 30 minutes. This is about who Jacob is. Tell us about yourself. And then we showed this flyer in the beginning on the LinkedIn profile. You're an artist. You're an author. You're an illustrator. All these are very interesting. You have a lot of things behind you there. Podcaster. Where do you want to start? Let's start with the podcasting thing. How did that come about? Remember, we have about 6 minutes, 5 minutes to go. If you do overtime, that means you're special. And you already are. But let's start with the podcaster thing. Where did that start?
All right. So I needed a way to get many, many fans. And I thought I wouldn't get enough fans from only writing books. I mean, probably would get a lot unless if they do absolutely awesome in the public. But I didn't really feel like that was enough. So I decided to start my own podcast series, and we came up with the name Don't Give Up with Jacob, because in my book, The Missing Voice, at the end, it teaches people, even on your hardest days, don't give up. And that's how we came up with the name Don't Give Up with Jacob. And on my podcast series, I talk about numerous things, such as what it's like to live with autism, some struggles that I had with my life, and even life lessons that would be very important for many other people. And I've also had a couple of guests on my show, and when I have guests, I like to ask them questions about what may be going on with their lives, and I like having a nice conversation with them, and it really helps us learn a lot more about each other, and that's something I absolutely love. So, yeah, I mean, if I have to be honest, I don't really post videos much because I'm usually very busy with school, but when I have the time, I usually love posting lots of videos and also having guests on my show. So, yeah, I'm very glad I'm allowed to do that in today's world.
Yes, that's amazing. That's awesome. So you have that. When did you start the show, by the way, for your podcast?
All right, so I started my podcast series just a couple months ago, like
Really?
maybe
That's
back in March.
Oh, really? Wow. So you're new on that. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
Raquel is the one that found you. How did you find Raquel? How did she find you, actually?
All right, so long story short, but my father Brian actually knew Raquel probably from his work job, and one day Raquel asks my family if she could have me as a part of her podcast, as one of her episodes of her podcast series Rock the Boat, and we gladly accepted. And then I was able to talk to Raquel about my book, The Missing Voice, and also share lots of stuff about me, like to have autism, some struggles that I have, what inspired me to write this book. And that's how I started my podcast series, Don't Give Up with Jacob, and plan to write many more books for many other people to enjoy. So, yeah, I'm very glad that I have actual fans who love and support me no matter what is going on with me. Like maybe if I'm fighting like a superhero and struggling, I know that I have many fans who love and support and watch my videos. And that's really special to me because it's awesome to know that I have friends and fans who are absolutely loving my videos, and that's a great feeling to have.
It is amazing. That's awesome. That's awesome. And then before we end here, top 50 most influential leaders. That's you, Jacob? Wow. Let's talk about that. You're one of the top 50 influential leaders of 2025. How did that come about?
All right, so I'm not exactly sure, but maybe it was from my book, The Missing Voice, and how it teaches awesome lessons and also gives a great backstory and early life. And yeah, it just feels insanely unbelievable to believe that a young teenage boy like me had trouble talking at a young age and went through many struggles with life, especially with school and friends and having autism. It's just a lot, but I've gotten many help over the years to help me become who I am today. And I always remember that good things take time and anything is possible. And even on your hardest days, don't give up. And that's what helped me write this book and start my own podcast series. And yeah, that's really who made me who I am today. And I'm actually kind of shocked that I'm one of those 50 influencers. It just feels absolutely awesome. And yeah, that's basically how I feel. And I'm really glad to be who I am right now.
That's amazing, Jacob. I'm going to put in here the link. This is the link. You can just put his first and last name, and you can find him. And yeah, so the channel is called Don't Give Up, or that's the name of your show, right? But it's under
Yeah.
your name, right? It's under your first and last name,
Yeah.
not the name. How come you don't have it the name of the channel as Do Not Give Up with Jacob, but rather your name?
I'm not sure. I might probably change it to Don't Give Up with Jacob, but for now I'm sticking to Jacob Farkish.
Perfect. That's good too. Then people will know your name as well. So that's amazing too. So that's awesome. That's awesome. We're almost coming to the conclusion. You were so accomplished. You did so many things. Your last minute thoughts on this. I appreciate you being on the program. Connect with Jacob. I showed you his YouTube. He's the author as well. If you go to his YouTube channel, you're able to see the books that you've written. You can buy, they're on Amazon, right? So in about a minute or so, the concluding, appreciate you being here and your closing thoughts.
All right. I'm really glad I got to talk with you today about who I am and what really made me special. And It really means a lot because I absolutely love being on other people's podcasts. It just feels great to get to talk to them about what's going on with their lives, almost like with my podcast, since I'm a host and they're the guests. I like it both ways. I love being a host and a guest because it feels great to get to know about other people's lives and what struggles and what they've been going through. Yeah, it just feels awesome. So I'm very glad you could have me as a guest on your podcast show. Thanks for having me today. It means a lot.
Absolutely. I'd love to have you. You did great on the quiz show. You did great on this show. Always nice. And then you, I'm not sure you want to mention it, but you're one of the youngest we've had on the program here. That's amazing. And you're number 56 on this. Don't ever forget that. You're the 56th guest. And maybe if I reach to 156 guests, who knows if that will happen. Maybe you'll come back and definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to come back.
We'll do something like that. Perfect. And I want to thank Raquel also for introducing us. We connected. She was on this show as well, way back in the beginning. This is season 4. And so that's amazing. So thank you again, Jacob. We're going to be back this Wednesday for Jose. He's actually has his own show, and he's been on different TV shows on cable and stuff. And we connected on LinkedIn a few years ago. I told him to be on here. So look for that one. It'll be about around 5 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe we'll move it a bit down, and I'll put the advertisement for that later. And then for the Sunday show, we're going to take a break for a couple of weeks. We'll be back on the 16th for another wonderful guy. His name is James, who's a big supporter of my show, Zoom Party. And then we'll take a little break during Thanksgiving and other holidays. Other than that, I want to thank Jacob for being in the program. Any last minute thoughts for our viewers before we end it?
All right. Remember, guys, even on your hardest days, no matter what you are going through, no matter what you are struggling through, just remember, keep pushing through and don't give up.
Amazing. Don't give up. And then I think this is your father again. Thank you for having Jacob on the show, Omar. Appreciate that. Yep, he's awesome. And don't give up, as he says. Everybody, stay healthy, stay well, drink lots of water. I know it's flu season coming up. Make sure to take care of yourself. Apples, oranges, whatever. And then, as Jacob says, carrot juice, right? Carrot juice for you. You're just
Yeah.
way.
And
I have to go the opposite way. Carrot juice. If I point this way, I'm pointing at the tree. If I point this way, I'm pointing at you. So there we go. All right, guys, stick around for a second there, Jacob. I'm going to play the outro, and we will see you back on Wednesday evening with a wonderful guest, Jose, and then back again for the Sunday show in 2 weeks. We'll be doing some more specials. Also, Zoom Party is airing every Tuesday and every Monday. Monday and Thursday. We are now in the quarterfinals, and then the semifinals, and then we're going to go into the finals. That's exciting. And we'll have a lot of fun with that. Guys, stick around, Jacob. Guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.
All right. Later. Peace.